Good morning. Good morning. All right. Good morning. Oh, where's the headset? Ah, there we go. Just checking on Starlink. Seems like it's been a little choppy this morning. Oh, looks like they updated. All right. If they did update, yeah, 12,660 seconds ago it booted. Fascinating. Good morning, little Clover. How you doing? I'm gonna hop right into it. Um, gonna set that up. Gonna run a test. Actually, I feel like I need one more environment. One more tab. I'm going to take tab 3 away. Actually going to go over there for a bit. So removing logging. Mimeograph test. Okay. Test run is going to be over here. And okay. We're going to try to get that test working. Admin. Here's where we enter. Go to admin setup. Okay. Admin setup. Goes to this location. And then I tell it to wait for the CSS element to appear. Now, does that CSS selector not appear on that page? In here, we can actually search for .admin form. Oh, it doesn't. Okay. Well, what's the form then? Oh, admin setup. Oh, it is called admin setup. So if I select something else. Oh, it's got an ID of admin setup. I thought, okay. There we go. Yes. All right, it looks like I'm going to be spawning a number of these kind of extra Chrome windows. They don't seem to shut down all the way. Oops. I closed the wrong one. There goes all my Twitch stuff. History, 7 tabs, restore. There we go. Okay. Let's count how many times that happens today. Okay, now it's supposed to fill that in. But it looks like no such element. Unable to locate admin setup. Didn't we change that? We did. Oh, here. This one should be admin. Same thing. Okay. Now, how do we get this to shut down correctly? I guess I should do that. Hmm. Oh, look, it filled it in. It hit the save button. And did it wait for the redirect? Yes. Wow. Okay. So that worked. This test worked. Wow, fancy. All right. Now, so that's neat. Now, I did get the test stuff working last night. So we come in here. I now have a couple of scripts. I've got create environment, delete environment, dev, tail, upload. That's been there for a while. I don't remember what's in build. I think it's like tail. Oh. This is old. Oh, no, no, no. This is actually used by Wrangler. This is used by Wrangler. Yep. All right, ignore that. All right. Well, that's a cute little test. Um, let's see how we can make kind of page objects for these, right? So we're going to start to toss the page objects over here in the lib, right? because we have our tests, then we have the lib, which is kind of the library that all the tests share. Now, let's create mod admin setup. Well, let's do admin, mod admin. And now here we can have struct. That's going to be a pub mod. Pub struct setup. And this is going to represent the setup page. I wonder, should we put page at the end of all of these? It'll be easy enough to redo later. I don't know. So let's think through it. If we're doing like login or user form, right? Or editing a new user. We could put them in another mod, pub mod page. Another module. How do we feel about that? That structure looks all right to me. Okay. And then if we import setup, what would we add here? Maybe a goto, pub function goto. Oh, it's going to be an async. And in this case, I actually need these. Oh, that's right. We'll need the client. Let's say extract module to file. Yes. Yes. It didn't do anything. Just created a file. All right. Then in here, could extract that. Yes. Okay. And now, come back to page, get that cleaned up. So this is where all of our pages go. Okay. Test. Now inside of here, we are going to use that page object. Can we clone client? Oh, we can. How does that work? Oh, setup. It's admin setup. Okay. That looks better. Oh, some fix me's in here. Um, URL is not always test. Okay. Look at that. All right. Let's create a little object for that. Async function set form. It's going to be email, which is a stir password. Again, a stir. That's the only thing that we have on that form. That, and we're going to split up submit form. I don't know. I mean, why would we ever do that? Why would we split the two up? I'm not sure why. At least on that form, I'm not seeing a reason to. Okay. And then at this point, if we're going to have another page object for login, we can validate that it is at that page. Let's actually, what do we call the function that says we are at this page? How is exists. What do we want that to look like? So down here, let's say we had the login page, right? Page login, page admin login. Login.exists. Basically, we want to extract this out into a page object. Login is at login.is current. What would you call that? Is current URL, is current page. Oh, maybe like his current page. Current URL. Something like that, maybe. Is current. Okay. And same thing for login. Oh, I guess technically this isn't in admin, so we should bump that out. Oh, we didn't put it in there. Good. Good. All right, so we've got page admin. We got to fix these URLs. Let's get it working though. All right, there we've got that. Oh, there we go. Give that a quick run. Next, we're going to fix the close. Close isn't getting called correctly. Oh, page not found? Ah, yes. Yes, because we logged in correctly. So it's currently gone. All right. Now, delete env. Env equals test. What lib are we using to drive the browser? We're using a combination of Chrome driver, which knows how to, work Chrome, and this other library called, oh, where is it? Fettuccine. Hey, good morning. Morning, JB. Yeah, let's look that one up. Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. And for anybody else, yep, John Who special. It's like, what did John Who use this for? But I like it. All right. So I don't understand why close doesn't like close it. Why does it stay there? Oh, and here we were deleting these. Yes. Yes. Okay. Now we can create the environment again. Hey, good morning. The Fox No TX. Hold on, let me. TK, the Fox No TK. How you doing? Happy Saturday. All right, so this form should definitely be done last. This piece here. Let's rename this to admin success. We're going to disable that for now. Okay. For a moment, I forgot how I was using the commenting stuff. Are you doing well? Are you doing fine? Doing fine. It's like, I'm doing fine. Or like, I'm doing fine. Like, one's like it is the weekend. You learn CSS. You know CSS 70% now. Learn time bootstrap. Your first project. If you do, just using CSS is better. Or learn bootstrap and do bootstrap. CSS is better. Not fine. Bootstrap is good. It just depends on the project. It's best to know like CSS, right? And once you know CSS, you can take on these other libraries like Bootstrap or goodness, what are we using? I don't even remember what we're using. But once you understand these other ones, then you'll understand how to modify them and theme them and do other sort of great things to them. So I think, knowing just vanilla CSS is necessary for all of these other things to be really good at the other ones. Good morning, Journey in AI. How you doing? All right. So this is our admin success test. We are going to have our admin failure test. Admin failure. That one will have to come first. All right. Should we make these like individuals, like snack sized, or just have a couple in here? I'm leaning towards snack sized. Sorry, I lost the context on that. Oh, that was really too loud. That was weird. I wonder why that happened. Okay. Admin failure. It feels like you're just dropping some keywords on us, but there's no context. All right, admin failure. We're not going to provide a password. We need some sort of length there. I have no idea what you mean, man. I don't know. Well, it's just that I lost the context. So we oh, did I not answer this? Was I on mute when I Okay, so I've been a web dev for like 20 years, right? And I've kind of gone back and forth between full-time web and full-time server and a bit of both. So, um yeah, I've been like a full-time C programmer for over 5 years at one point. I did Erlang, did PHP for a long time. Um, and now I like doing Rust on the back end. It's actually a really, really enjoyable language. So, yeah, sorry. I didn't realize that I was muted when I was answering that question. Apologies. So, and it's funny because I say 20 years and it might actually be 20 plus years. I built my first really terrible website in 97, 98, maybe 98. Actually, that is that. And here we should still be admin is current. Now we need to check to see what the error is. Empty password's not allowed. So how do we get the flash off of this? Um, Now this is going to be a portion of the page because Flash could actually exist on a number of different pages. So let's say page or component, widget, or just comp or component, because component's just so long. All right, let's go back over to the lib. Here we have page, mod, component, source. No, let's do it this way. Mod. One of those. Generate new. Function. Now, if we're trying to get the flash, right? The flash is something that appears at the top, the little thing that says, "Hey, that didn't work," or something like that. Maybe we should be able to get the level. That, and I don't think that this is actually one of those pages where we end up with a flash banner, although I did expect it. Okay. So we have two things in the flash message. You basically have the level and the message. We're going to need an enum, pub enum, flash level, and I'm going to come back over here. Models flash. These are flash levels. Okay. There we go. Now, how do we actually do that though? We'll have to get the element. Well, we could actually check to see if the selector is on the page. That would work. Okay, let's extract these. Extract module to file. Yes. Source component. That should have been the other kind. You know what? I'm going to delete that. Yes. Component. Goodbye. New directory. Component. Go into component. Create file called mod. Okay, inside of here. Source component /.rs. Okay. Oops. Too far. That should be included now. Right, because lib has component. Component oh. That should not still be there. Okay. With 1,000 points. Can you try to have me solve an unsolvable problem? Well, if it's unsolvable, then is this like programming related or what? And generally, no. I'm much more interested in actually getting my stuff done. But okay. Well, hit me with it. Hit me with it. Let's have fun with it though. So how does the flash error happen? So if we come back to, oh, what is our URL? Component admin here. I actually need this page. Okay. So if we do that, see, I think we need a flash at the top too. All right, let's add flash to that. Admin setup pages. What am I currently working on? Oh, of course. I am working on mimeograph. And at the precise moment, we're setting up a little test harness for it. So I've never done this in Rust, where you basically drive Chrome or Selenium style tests via Rust. But so far, it's actually been really nice. Ah, yes. So if we have here, finish. All right. And errors. Here we go. Yeah, it's a little fun project. It's a little thing. Lots of potential. Flash warning. We're going to say could not create owner. Oh, we need a .into on that. There we go. Now we need to actually publish that. Did I have a published one? Yeah, let's Wrangler. Publish env is test. Config is going to be Wrangler test.toml. Actually, let's just make that script real quick. Copy dev.sh to publish. Yep, that's it. So that's there. Now, go back to Firefox, and we submit this again. Oh, come on. Oh, I forgot to publish. The upload. Test. So if we just hit save, cannot create owner. Yay. All right. Gmail. Not create owner. At least I get a little something up here. That's way too big. I just want to bring attention to it. I didn't want to go like full red. Right here, let's turn off that. It feels really, really empty here. Maybe that should be in here. Oh, that's right. We're using Bulma. Let's pull up Bulma. Is it in components? Or we're using message for that? Kind of, maybe. I don't remember. Oh. Notification. We're using notification elements. Notification. Simple colored block, meaning to draw attention to the user without about something. So yeah, I think that a message might actually, I don't know, that's kind of a different kind of message. But maybe it could be much, much smaller. Something to put at like the top of the form. Just say like, whoa, you know, something's a little off here. Because I get that, yes, there's going to be some sort of error here. That, and I didn't highlight these, but we could. I mean, maybe just doing that highlight there would bring enough attention to it. Yeah, let's try that. How they do email here. Email is danger. Yeah, we're not doing the, I guess we could. We're doing this already, but the triangle on the right we're not doing. I don't see a need for that. Because we're going to have this. We're going to have the bit on the bottom. And the input, we'll toss this danger on that too. All right. So let's undo what we just did. In admin here, going to get rid of the flash warning. And in admin setup, if there is an email error or a password error, and it's is danger, we want the label, the input. Actually, which one? Do we want that on the div? No, just the input. And it's is danger if email error. All right, same thing down here. Okay, so we have those two turned on there. That's probably enough for that. Going to upload or publish. Oh, no. I forgot a piece. Let's remove flash from this again, because we're not going to use it. There. All right, so that should give us the little red border around that when there is an error. So you come back to the same place, quite a bit more alert hitting you. That'll be good. All right. Hey, look at that. All right. And let's say we give it a bad email. Oh, yeah, that's good. That's good. Bright red. Dad, what's that? Good morning. Good morning. Takes a while. I can be trained. All right. Let's bump that up a little bit. Oh, that's funny. All right, so on the setup one, we have is current, go to submit form. We don't have something that checks to see if these are lit up with form errors, right? Async function. How are we going to test that using this framework? Let's go to the docs, into client. Client can get a form, right? And that'll return a form object. But it lets you set and submit things. So that's not all that helpful. How about active element? Oh, interesting. We should definitely set the active element. So we could call find. There's also wait for and wait for find. Find the element on the page that matches the given locator. All right. Is there a better way to do that? Say user agent, no. I mean, there's wait for, but that's not it. All right, so really it's just going to be find. Or find all. Let's do find. Okay. Now when we do this, we have to pass in a locator. Locator can be XPath, link text, ID, and CSS. Oh, they have ID. I should have used that here. Wait, is ID the right thing? That's what I'm thinking of. Ah, perfect. So these two should be ID. Okay. Hmm. And then what do the errors look like on the page? So if we come back to our page here and pull up our dev environment, little thing here. All right. So we're going to be looking for something that is an input. I guess it has, we're looking for ID with is danger. Maybe, why do I use this? Huh. You don't know the name, but I repress insert. Oh, uh, in the editor here, the multivem, where I did like two things at once, and then I could do stuff in both lines. As error. Field has error. Yeah, that's actually from, this guy here. That and the dot files are available. In this case, I can't use the one by ID, right? I've actually got to use the other one. Now, I know this is going to get us close, but it's not exactly what I want to test. So if we take the CSS selector, it's just going to be the name. Yeah, the ID. But if we qualify that a little bit more, that will enforce that this has to be there. Okay, what is element here? Let's come back over here. Element, element, element. All right. We used a little toilet bowl one there. Ah, locator, yes. Locator, CSS. That, and we want to build this up, actually. Format. Where am I from? I'm from the Pacific Northwest of the United States. Internet speed's very bad at Venus. I believe it. I believe it. How about y'all? What country are you from? Turkey. Very cool. Spain. Nice. Test admin. So on the failure, admin field has error. Email, no, password. Here first, empty form. Okay. Field has error. Email, password. All right. That's a really concise, nice little test. Let's see if it's not special. Did I work someplace for a freelancer? I do work someplace. I don't talk about my day job. Um, but yeah, this is my happy place with you guys. So, but I don't do freelancing. No, I practice Rust. I like programming in Rust. It's kind of a mental challenge. I'm more of a I'm a principal engineer where I am. Um, and it's not like mentally challenging, not like I want. So I do this. Kind of helps keep you stay sharp, you know. All right, gonna do this again. Email. Let's see. Email not formed right. All right. Then we should still have errors. Nice hobby I got there. Oh well, thank you. Yeah. It's been good. It's been really good. What else do I want to check there? I'm actually checking multiple things at the same time. Right. I think that's all I can test. Let's actually run that ourselves. Evil Halsey and something too short. After that, no, I don't want to save. Must be an email address. Yep. Okay. Okay. I am not checking what the message is because I don't really care. I just need to make sure that it mechanically it's correct. It needs to be showing some error, right? So there's one more piece in here that we need to check. So this is such and such is in danger, which should be this field here. It's going to be the ID, right? And then we need to make sure that this here shows up underneath it. So let's inspect that as well. And I know the fonts are like huge, but I'm trying to make it so you guys can see it too. How do I get dark mode for this? Settings. Oh, theme. Dark. Ah, look at that. Okay. Oh, much better. Yes, thank you. Thank you. I hadn't seen that before. Now, in this case, this here isn't very selectable. It's inside of a field? Hmm. All right. How can we select this? I would rather not put something extra in here. It's like the sibling after the sibling after email. But that's a horrible CSS selector to put in a test. That's very specific to the structure of this. I mean, maybe we do put like an ID on it. Let's put an ID on it. What do we want to call that ID? It's going to be here. Oh, and let's look up mod again. I think there's something that we could actually simplify. Can I use XMath? I can, but I want these to be super simple so that restructuring the HTML doesn't break it. Class IDs. Okay, so I can just put a pound there. Just call it ID1. And good to go. That's right. All right. Email dot. Then we can remove this here. Okay. Same thing here. All right. Now in here. Oh, expected expression. Found. Wait. Is that. Oh, I should not have included the dot in front of those. That there and that there. So it's either the dot for the class or the pound for the ID. That makes sense. All right. So let's put that there. Email error and password error. Mod has been great. Am I working on my laptop screen? Or do I have a monitor? I have a monitor. No. It is. It is a great library. I don't know. Do I like the spaces after that? Kind of. All right. Some of these are kind of getting off screen though, and I wish there is there a way that you can break these, like do that, or does it barf? Actually, it seems like it's not having issues with it. I might just put the identifier in one place, and then the rest of the bits on the next line when they get too long. All right, so that's going to be a publish. Hi, Cravogy? Or is it El Cravogy? Welcome, and thank you for that follow. So, you've been messing around with sailfish recently. Oh, interesting. Even mod. Yeah. I mean, some of them are like insanely fast, right? They do so much at compile time. Um, the thing I like about mod is the tiny runtime overhead, which is fantastic for what I'm doing. And it's been so easy to pick up. It has Sailfish been easy to use, right? Or is there like a big learning curve for it? I'm gonna pour some water. It's hard to drink enough when you're doing this. That and when it's been so hot out lately. Oh, it's a lot harder to work with the mod. Probably because they're avoiding all those heap allocations. Oh, you're learning programming. Starting with Python, trying to understand what's Rust about and Go. Very nice. Yeah, there's places where Go works really well, and Go I think has a faster sort of ability to iterate, but it can't go everywhere the Rust can. So, is that Shayeson? We are working on mimeograph. Yeah. That, and specifically today, some test harness for it. So, we're actually trying to get some stuff to automatically push these buttons and to check that they're working. What are we building today? Ah, yes. We actually have to find two things. So here, I'll do that because we just care about the error. Yeah, Capitan is a bot. Yep, that's my bot, Capitan. Yep. Nope. Yeah, that. Yeah, let's run the test again. Let's see. Oh, and it closed? Fantastic. Look at that. Started the browser, ran the tests. All right, now let's say we forgot an error, like an R there. Just deleted that. Now it should fail, and it'll leave the browser open for us. I'm not expecting this to be like tossed into a CI right away, so I'm not too concerned. But it would be nice if this failed, it did clean up Chrome. So let's fix that next. Now, let's go back to tests admin. Something that we should do on this is if any of these in here bail, that this still gets run. Errors 4. Good morning, and thank you for that follow. Testing against an actual browser. Yes. Yep, this is more of an integration test. Oh, I dropped my lid. There we go. All right. So let's get these into some smaller function that we can we can map against. I mean, we could put this in a little async function here, but run tests. Have to pass the client through. That's a mutable reference to that. We'll return great result. We'll toss these in there. Thank you for that follow, Shayason. Good morning. That'll be where we toss the tests. We call them in here. Run tests. If let error. So if there's an error, actually, if there's anything, we just want to shut down, don't we? Like, I don't, either case, get shut down. But we need to return the result. Right. It's there. Else. Oh, here. All right. Okay. Now, if it fails, does it still close the browser? Rustafarian. Yes, thank you for the follow. Yes, and just return the rest. Thank you. I know it's like, thank you. Thank you. I don't always see those. It's like, because I first step into, should I use a combinator? How about a match? Like, oh, a local. All right. So we've got those there. Got the tests closing correctly. Let's fix this here. So we're failing here. There we go. Are these result types some sort of monad or they are an enumeration. So in Rust, here this is our type alias. So we've created a new type with ours here. So an enumeration can have, well, a result. The resulting num from the standard library has an okay or an error variant, right? Yeah. And I don't know a lot about monads, so. And what was it eventually? There's actually something that's going to be added, which would enable much more like monad like functionality in these, right? I forget what that is, but I thought there was something that's eventually coming in Rust. Um, no, functional monad. Oh, the GATs. Yes, GATs. I was definitely thinking about the GATs. They're not full monad. Okay, so I don't know enough about monads to. So what? So when you have the GATs, actually, what is a monad? I'll run that again. Make sure it works. It's a burrito. All right. I sliced myself a little bit yesterday. It's scratching me. Oh my goodness. Is this like Haskell syntax? Oh my goodness. All right. It's a Haskell definition of the monad bind function. I see. I don't know how to parse that. I mean, it looks Lispish, and I don't really know Lisp. It looks like you have. I mean, it's function ma. So some sort of function takes an a and another function and returns monad b. I see. Oh, interesting. That makes sense. Huh. Well, let's plug into this refactor thingy. That's going to be Conqueror of Completion. So I'm using NeoVim along with Conqueror of Completion. Oh, and the Fox Snow TK. Thank you for the follow. So this looks like it's working. I want to be able to call the next page, but in order to do so, I actually have to make a change over here. Yeah, we're going to need a faster way to be able to recycle an environment for this. Or or we just get through this piece and then we start working on login. On a scale of 1 to infinity, how excited am I about NeoVim 0.5? I've been using the nightlies forever, so I'm not excited at all. A 1? It's like, because, yeah, I've been on latest forever. So, I mean, I wish that that the built-in LSP had more of the bling that COC has, right? COC can do, I don't know, it just feels more polished. So, like it's easy to set up, right? When I say polished, I don't just mean like it's got all the features. I mean it's got like all the simplicity of setup as well. Like it should be easy. It should be easy to get into an autocomplete thing. It should just work. All right. So I think the admin stuff is working. Dun, dun, dun. Is it working? Okay, so admin we can really only run once. So if we're working on a bunch of tests, then it can be painful because you can only run setup once. But let's go to our tests. So here's admin failure. Then we have admin success. Is current. And then we check to see, oops, that should be admin. There we go. So we create some valid username and password. Um, Actually, why are we even checking that there? We're submitting a form. Then we check to see that login is current. So we create a new login page and check that it's current. That's fine. All right. So at that point, let's go ahead and enable this. And then we're going to have to disable it and then start working on the login bits. Actually, the next piece of this. All right, so we do setup. We check for this, check for that. That actually, the way the mimeograph setup works is that after the owner goes through setup, you can't go through setup again. It actually deletes itself. So for iteration, we'll probably have to come up with some mechanism to change this. What is admin failure? Well, this isn't really admin either. This is more setup failure. Setup success. New user. Not going to be in here. Says the admin. That's kind of an admin thing. But I think we should work on login next. All right. What's that? You're welcome. All right. That and maybe I should have different tests, like admin setup, right? So I can test this and then test something else. Yeah, that's probably for the best. I wonder if I should turn down the concurrency on that though. Because this one's going to have to happen first. It's a problem with like this bootstrap sequence. You basically have to go through admin setup. But after that has been run, then we can run the next set of tests. Let's do tests login.rs. I don't know. How do we feel about that? Basically, take another one of these, set this up, run tests, etc. Uh, Setup does feel like it should have been run here before that. Although, no, we want it inside so the browser still closes. It almost feels like the admin stuff will eventually be inside of setup because you have to go through it in order to get to the rest of the tests. But, it's all case. All right, we'll see what happens. Some sort of common. Wait, what's going on there? Not included in file tree. You don't have to be included in the file tree. Hmm. Interesting that it can't figure that out yet. Tests, login. They should be completely separate. All right. They're. That's so weird. All right. This understands, but COC doesn't. That is so strange. Fine. Oh. Those should be the other ones. Okay. File not included in module tree. It's too bad. Is there a way to control which order the tests happen in? Rest up, doc, cargo book. Oh, that's a lot of tests. Let's see. Test target, tests, manifest, integration tests. See the harness field if you want to use a different test harness. No, I just want to control the order. The test field. Test field indicates whether or not the target is tested by default by cargo test. Default for is true for libs, bins, and tests. Target auto discovery. I think the fact that I want to control the test order is probably going to be a problem. All right. Well, so far it happens to work because admin comes before login. That feels so weird though. Or basically just ordering them like that. I might as well put like a number before the file name, like 1_2_3_ for the order. Either that or we have a more sophisticated test harness. How to build a custom test harness. Oh, a puppy. Yeah. Rust spec. R spec for Rust. Now let's skip it for now. I can research that later. All right, but first we delete all cookies. We're going to do some similar things. We're going to test failure and then log in. So it's actually going to look really a lot like this. So I'm going to be a blatant copy paster here. Login, no. Seriously. There we go. This error at the very top has thrown this thing for a loop. Gonna kick it. All right. So we go to the login page, which doesn't exist yet. Pages, login. I think we have his current. Login happens to look a lot like setup. So, but they're not meant to be the same form. So I'm not going to share the code between these. They might diverge in the future. There's a very good chance of that. Setup is probably going to be asking more questions than just username and password. Yes, thank you for that login. That follow. All right, first time going in with that. It's danger. Login here is current. Oh, it tested just fine. I really? No. It should have popped up on the screen. Running test login. 0 passed, 0 failed, 1 filtered out. This one's going to fail because the page isn't found. Why isn't login a test? Here. How do you spell Steve Labnick? Okay. Here we go. Test, test, test. Greatest. Fast Rails test with can't get. That's 2011. A sad day for Rust, actually. Oh, yeah. Cloudflare. Hmm. Fancy. See, I thought he had written a blog post about testing and how to make it faster. But I wanted to see how he organized and set up the tests. I don't know where those are. Um, hmm, integration tests, unit tests, yada yada. And then here we have integration test. Test add. See, I was expecting that each file in there was basically a different binary. But we could merge these tests. All right, let's make those modules that we end up testing. So I'm trying to remember because there were some subtleties in the way that he set up his tests when he had the fast build going. Basically, you want to produce one binary right? We need a subdirectory here. Um, what do we want to call them? Resources? Collections? I don't know. Mm, all right. We're testing a website. These things could be sections, zones, pages. I don't know. Make their tools shared. Shared. Move star into shared. Thank you. Okay. So then we have integration. And inside of here, we could have multiple things. Like we can um, mod shared, right? Then inside of shared, we could actually pull in those other pieces. But how do we make those tests as well? Tests shared mod.rs hub use admin. No. Test shared mod. I mean, that looks like the right name for that. Strange. And what do we have in admin? Admin has no. Wrong one. There. It's got this admin test. Okay. Trying to get these cleaned up. Is it a failure? This one, this one, this one. Never used? No. Okay, now what happens if we run this? Okay. Yep. Not found. Oh, and it closed it. Perfect. Login, admin, and then admin. So this one was okay, and this one failed. Interesting. So we could then say dash dash login if we just wanted to do the login ones, and they pass. Okay, I think we got it. Let's go to, oh, here's login. So our test harness is eventually going to need some sort of logic around this, right? Maybe just some a little dinky shell script for a CI that says, oh, do admin setup first, and then have some other sort of script. Okay. So the first thing we're going to do is set up failure, set up success, and these are all the same sort of values. I expect it's going to work. We'll see. And where do we go after we log in? That I think we go to the admin page. I don't know, maybe we call it like the admin home. Let's give this a little restructure. Okay, admin is really going to become setup. Source, pages. Mixer, source, admin, move source page admin.rs to source page setup. No, admin setup. Okay. Okay. I don't really have anything that we can check for on the homepage yet. Mhm. All right, admin just doesn't have this stuff yet. It's like a launch pad where you can go and do other things. All right. So we can go to his current home. There we go. All right, now from tests, login. After login, we want to make sure. Hold on, let me rename these. Success, failure, setup. Okay. All right. So far, so good. Let's try running that. Oh, no. After success, we need a different page. Admin. Oh, no, it's admin home, isn't it? There we go. That's cleaner. Test login, please. Field has error. Method not found in home. That got renamed somehow. I knew it earlier. It asked if I want to reload something off disk, and I think that's when it happened. Oh, unable to find is danger on password. Let's try that out. Log in. That's email error. Is danger. Password is danger. Oh, it's probably email is danger again. Oh, it says password danger. Password error. Oh, it says password is danger. Ah, yes. Oh, look at that. The test actually found an error because I neglected to add is danger password error. Oh, look at that. Unit tests of the rescue, well, integration tests. And that kind of begs the question, should these be integration tests? It could be. I think it's nice to have something tested as the user would test it, but this could actually be a unit test. Hope we do a barbecue this weekend. I got a lot of cleaning to do, so I'm going to do some cleanup this weekend. All right. Yeah, now that's red. Okay, let's run the test. Oh, look at that. And we should check the flash on that then. No, it went to the wrong place. That should have gone to like admin or something. Yeah. In session. Login. On success. Oh, but we don't know. We don't know where you want to go. So we were looking for the refer, right? Where should you go after logging in? Maybe we should add that. Hey, Curtis C. Wright. Good morning and thank you for that follow. And this is all done. Oh, that's actually a comment for this chunk of code. Yeah, we got to do the redirect to a location. So if you don't have a refer, no. Now see, I think refer works as long as it's not login. Like as soon as it's login, we should take you somewhere else. So in these cases, we'll take you back to where you were. If the refer is not login, what is this a string? What is this? Headers get. It must be a string at that point. If it's login, actually, I don't know what it's going to be. What would have that have been here? Let's go to network. All right, do it again. I'm wondering if it's a full thing or not. Headers. Oh, yeah. Refer. It's actually the whole thing. We should be checking to see There's a bug here. Because if it's not on our domain, then, well, we redirect you back to someplace on our domain. All right. How do we do that? How do we do that check here? Let's jump into that. Do we have some sort of, do we have our domain available to us somewhere here? Um, maybe in the request? So this is, yeah, so we could get the URL from that. That would be a string. Look at the docs. Oh, where did our local docs go? Nope, not there. Let's open them up. Okay. Oh, what happened here? Oh, yes. Yeah, the refer bit that I was just looking into. Lord Killer. Oh, 28. Thank you for that follow. There. Local docs and Rust are just, oh, they are so nice. So we could grab the URL, and then we could try to grab the domain out of it. Or just that it matches up to a certain point. So we might need to create a little URL object so we could parse these things out. It's not going to be like the full-fledged URL crate, because that thing's a beast, right? Like this thing does everything. This thing knows the standards, knows it inside and out. And it's not exactly what we want. That would pull in a lot of code. We want to do something simple. So we're going to do just enough just to make this work. Let's create source. Should it be in models? No, just URL. Obstruct. URL. Let's toss a lifetime on there because we're not going to allocate. Oh, the URL. This is going to be stir, strew. All right. How about a new? Look at that beautiful function domain. Let's see. Now, do we want to make sure that this begins with something? Like it always has to be a certain format? We could do like a debug assert on it. Make sure it's always like a HTTPS or something. No, that's silly. That it has a method? Hmm. Or maybe we should break it down here. Like as you receive it, right? To the first, does it match any known protocol, right? Um, proto. All right. I don't know. Just basic tests. Basic, basic. Let's create a new URL. So what's the protocol going to be? Basically, it's everything before the colon slash slash. But if there is no colon slash slash, actually, what happens if you put that really late in it? Does everything before that become... Hmm. All right, so what can we do on a stir? Find. That'll give us a position. Perfect. Oh, and thank you for that follow. Leo Mizi. Or is it Missy? No, it's only one S. This is going to be URL.find. It's going to be an option, right? I guess in this case, so proto does need to be an option because it's possible that there is no protocol provided. Unless we enforce that, maybe... Hey, Toggobit. How's it going? It's going pretty well. We're creating our little test harness. We're using Chrome driver, and we're actually building out some tests that we can interact with. So we have login tested, setup tested. Now we're actually found a flaw, and we found a flaw in login, so we're going to fix that up. We're creating a little URL parser, just enough to be able to compare, do these domains match before we do a redirect. So in this case, how about you always have to specify a protocol for our very simple URL parser. I don't want something super huge because that inflates the size of the WASM. We've got a hard limit on that. All right, so we are trying to find colon slash slash, right? Okay, or else. Great error from Protocol required. Now, what do you call this separator here? What is that called? URL standard, yes. We'll go looking at the spec. Very end of the spec has all the good stuff. Actually, that's a web IDL, but that didn't actually have the BNF syntax. Do they have a BNF on how to parse it? I'm just going to glance through this for a moment. Hey, Undefined Lamb, how you doing? You having a good weekend? Oh, this is a... All right, I'm going to speed this up. Oh, really? That's up here. Yeah, we're not doing these. Oh, well. Anyhow, let position equals this. All right, then this is going to be URL from 0 dot dot position. All right. Oops. I think that's just the protocol separator. You don't. Yeah. I mean, maybe a protocol separator is its name. All right. Photo. Now we need the domain. Domain is going to be from that position plus 3. Here. And this is tricky because you basically want to go until you hit a slash, but the slash might not always exist. So, domain is a host name though? Thank you. I appreciate that. Because domain is a specific part of a host name, right? Now, at this point, oh, let's see, you woke up today thinking it's Friday and you're late for work. Other than that, pretty cool. uh, plus 3. All right, so we're going to find in that just a slash. So go into character, slash, or else. Now it's not an or else in this case. So if we do find it, that's going to be, actually, this should just be host name. If we have something, that's where that is. Okay. Return that there. Otherwise, we return that. Map error? Yeah, it's an option. Yeah. Hey, good morning, the Id of Alan. How you doing? Oh, all right. So let's create a new URL. Let URL equals URL new. All right. Absolutely not to spec. You got to go back to your code now and leave the backseating for someone else. I don't mind. Backseating is good here. I'll unwrap that. All right, now we have a URL. Okay. Actually, why aren't those just public? We don't need getters. There we go. Beautiful. That is going to fail. How do we do that? How do we say that it's going to panic? Oh, no, we just say, oh, okay, this is an error, right? So we don't do the unwrap. Assert. All right, we'll assert it's an error. You add it as an attribute. Oh, interesting. Yeah, I've never done that. That's cool, though. How do we do that? Should panic. Oh, what? I forgot. Web.mit.edu. Oh, nice. Huh. Cool. Very cool. So this actually needs to be a WASM bindgen test. No, test. And I hope Should Panic works with that. Node? Huh. Ooh, interesting. What is going on there? Did our new test fail? I mean, I don't see those other tests. All right. Base 64 test. I mean, that's exactly what we're doing. Hmm. Oh, let's make sure it's included. It is included. But that file wasn't saved. There we go. Okay. I wonder how we filter with WASM pack. Failures. No proto and basic. Both failed. Really? No proto output. I think it doesn't support it. All right. But the other one, oops, basic, unreachable. What? Oh, that just means it failed. Crazy. All right. So then why is this one failing? Unwrap. Okay. Oh, you're welcome, Curtis. Well, thank you. And thank you for that sub. I appreciate it. Yep. Trying to learn some Rust. Get better at it every day. Just a little bit every day. Well, thank you for joining. What are we currently working on? Welcome, My Heart Coding. We're working on mimeograph. So mimeographs like WordPress or Wix, right? But serverless and built on top of Cloudflare's web workers. Edge, I don't know, whatever they call it. And we're using Rust, compiling to WASM, and tossing this up into Cloudflare's workers. And it's running inside of their V8 instances. Okay, they want path and extra options here. The path is not provided. This command searches for, okay. So if I do dot dash dash URL. Oh, okay. That worked. Oh, we got W. You're welcome. And today we're fixing up some of the tests. I've gotten a little bit of a test harness working. We end up using a Chrome driver along with this other really cool crate from John Hu, the Fettuccine. And that interacts with Chrome driver, or I think a number of different drivers. And at this point, it actually should have redirected to some other place. So we're trying to fix that. But I was getting tired of going through and clicking and making sure I didn't break everything over and over and over again. So, tests. So we got W. It should have been was here. All right. At least we got the W. It should have found the slash, had the position. Oh, yeah. He's got some great videos out there. Each one. It's like well thought out. It's like methodical and it's really good. So why are we getting this odd position here? What is... And positions should have been like much further down on that. Same start should have been this position plus 3. Vertical sep position. And I think that's right because we're getting the W. I know Rust is right here. I just don't see where I'm wrong. It goes so deep on a subject. Yes. Danny's got that book out in preprint. I ordered it and I'm slowly working through it. I mean, I'm not associated with John's book in any way, but it's been a good read so far. Where was it? That's in No Starch. This one. I like the little crab on the front. It's those are John's glasses. They they crabified John. I hadn't realized that before. Wow. Or me. I mean, that's this. I mean, if we just made them red, those are my glasses. Wow. That is funny. And then you have the back of the crab's heads here. Zero to production. I haven't seen that one. Oh, you're working through Rust in Action. I've heard that's a good one too. Here, I'll drop this in there. Oh, I see the error. It's hostname start plus that because we have an offset. That makes sense. Okay. Ta-da. Perfect. Okay, so that works. And that is why we do tests. Just simple little, silly things. They don't have to be much. No path. Currently using unsafe tag in mimeograph. Oh, somewhere in here? Yes, I had to because of the um this here when we're signing. For whatever reason, the sign with stir and UA to Ray from Subtle Crypto, they want to take that data as immutable byte array. And they don't actually mutate it. There's no reason for that to be mutable. So, and previously I had some asserts around this, just checking to make sure it didn't change anything. But yeah, and this is generated code here, right? If we go into like subtle crypto in here, right, all of this is just generated. And so, however it picked it up, it just, it translated it wrong. Do I use it anywhere else? It doesn't look like it, just that one spot. Yeah, that whole system takes these web IDLs and generates just all of the binding code for you. That's kind of nice, but it's not perfect. But it gets you really, really far. Quite a ways. Okay, let's close that. Close that. Close that. I think, oh yeah, we're going to test this. That should be exactly the same. Good. Okay. Got all those checked. Now we can go back to login. You'll look into it. Oh, great. You're very welcome. So this is the fix me we're looking at here. Check that the referrer is on our domain. So if somebody refers to us from, some like evildomain.com, we don't want to log in and then go back to them. So, or at least not yet, right? No, in this case, we're going to make sure that the request URL matches the referrer, the hostname on both. Okay. We'll see if that's correct. Okay. And then, yeah, that there. Okay. Let Oh, that's a string as well. Okay. So now that we have both of those, we can check and see if the host names are the same. What about proto? Should we do proto as well? Probably. Because you really wouldn't want to redirect from, like, going from one to the other. I mean, it's possible, but we're designing everything to be HTTPS. Okay. So if they are the same, we do one thing, otherwise we do the other. Okay. Oh, no. Actually, if they don't match, we'll do this. We're going to redirect here. Just to the error page. It's like, sorry, something happened. Ah, here. We want refer URL, but only if it is not login. And what should we do for path? Could do empty string, or just say, hey, it's everything after that. Because really, it's going to be... What do they call that? It's not quite path. It's a whole section to the right of the domain. There is a name for that, but they're not going to tell me in here. Console. Um, oh, it's just location. So we have location dot. So path name, interesting. Search, that's everything after the question mark. Hash, it's going to be everything after the hash. Hmm. I'm going to call it the... We could call it the tail. I don't know, everything after that. Because at some point, this kind of cheap parsing starts to get a lot more expensive. That, and we need to know where the end of the host name is. All right, let's change this into like a hostname end. Then we'll say let hostname is equal to URL hostname start to hostname end. Okay. Now inside, that's going to be the end of the line there, right? Basically the length. And in this case, oops, there we go. Okay, now that we have the end of that, now we can start to get the path. Let's see. So if path starts with a slash, so that's hostname end. Actually, in either case, path start begins with starts at hostname end because you want to include that, right? So this is wrong. That should just mean hostname end. Okay. And where does path end? That's going to be from path start on until we reach either question mark or a pound sign. All right. Jack Sai, good morning. How do we do a find for either one? Oh, that's right. It could be yeah, it could be a function. Let's say it's either one. Um, that's gonna be weird though. So if we then say let path equal oh, expected use size found borrowed use. Oh, because I put a borrow sign there. That should have been here. Do I plan on doing some streams on different things? In the close future, I don't know. I'm kind of goal driven at this point, and so I mean, once this gets up and running, then yes. But I don't have a great sense on how much more has to be built. Um, I feel like once the admin piece is done, then the actual widgets get to be stamped out. But after that, once we get it kind of bootstrapped and I get the website built, then it's off to other things. We'll probably visit this like once or twice a week, to like add another feature to it slowly, so it just continues to build. Because I do think this could be profitable. Oh, shoot. Did I say thank you, Jack? Jack said thank you for that sub. I think I've been muted for way too long. Thank you. I didn't realize I was muted. Thank you for that. I also mentioned I was going to go buy some coffee just after this. Yeah, that's what I was afraid of. Deep focus mode? No, no, no. Yeah, when you see my lips moving, if I'm in deep focus mode, I don't talk out loud. Which is why we have this guy here. Or this here, even with little icon. Now, okay, so we have the out of bounds, which is what I was concerned about before. But this here, line 47, it's too early. 47. Yeah, that should have been foobar. Oh, but neither of them were found. Ah. Oh, that's tricky. So basically here, if we don't find question mark with pound, then it's really URL.length, isn't it? So that'll go to the end of it. But what about that off by one? Do we end up including the slash there? That might actually work. Let's see. Oh, beautiful. Beautiful. Okay. Is this a custom URL parser? It is. It is because I need it to be tiny. It has to be very, very small. And I can afford about this much code in there. The problem is our build has to be small. Here, let me show you. Right there. Actually, let's just do a publish. Then we'll see the file size. We're approaching about 300 kilobytes for the size of our WASM file. And that can be compressed. And when it's currently uploaded, it is compressed. Now, I know eventually we're going to have to hit that and split up this into different routes and stuff like that. But I'm hoping that we don't have to. Yeah. You get 1 megabyte of compiled or of a directory, basically. So here, all of this has to fit in a meg. And they're using -6 compression. So really, oops, we're sitting just over 100, right? So a tenth of the space is used up. And we want to approach that limit very, very slowly. Which is why we do things like our base64 encoding, right? This is our base64 implementation. The entirety of it is the 15 lines because we're sitting inside of V8, right? Which is Chrome, which has A to B and B to A, binary to ASCII and ASCII to binary. You just have to be able to convert these things. So that's it, because it's already there. We just need to be able to convert it. We're calling the JavaScript function with we have to convert our strings and our binary data into JavaScript types, and then we can call JavaScript. So where we can, we're trying to use those. And you'll see often those things get tested out and implemented. Even our router is small. Async uses up a bit of space. Um, our templates use up some space. All right, let's go back to login. Let's see if this works now. What about the JS glue? The JS glue does too. It does as well. But it's still smaller than a base64 implementation. We tried. I actually had a base64 implementation in here, and I removed it because it saved 20 kilobytes or something like that. So, all right. Page not found. Oh, it went to the right place, but I think our test isn't up to date. Yeah. Yeah. Let's go back to 3. Um, test login here. See, here we're saying admin home. We should just have like the actual home page. Source page home.rs. Grab the other one too. Is current and go to. Oh, these will diverge later. View GDO. Thank you for the follow. Thank you. Um, sorry. Now in this case, this should be like so. All right. All of these URLs have to get fixed. Oh, lib page home. There we go. Sorry, Curtis, you're that's a little out of context now, but there we go. All right. So that should work. Oops, wrong terminal. Perfect. All right. We're going to commit this, and I got to sign off. Let's see. Publish, yes. Reset environment, no. Admin, yep, that's a good one. That URL, yes. URL's good. What did we do here? Yes, checking. Let's security check. We added all the little bells and whistles to admin setup. Added it to login. We got our little errors showing up. All that stuff is working really nicely. What about here? URL, yes, with tests. Tails, good. Wrangler. Wrangler test. Nope, not committing that. Right. There's that. Now over here, get UI. Oh my goodness, yes. I don't think I've committed this ever. Okay, we're just gonna take the whole thing. Maybe not the test file though. Is this even correct? No, that's not even correct. Okay, but those are. All right. Perfect. What is this Git plugin? This here is, it's a tool called Git UI. And here, we're going to come over here, go into source hut. For our test stuff, I don't really care if this thing is open source or not. I mean, it's probably a good example. So we're going to open source that. Sources. So almost all of this is open source with the exception of the one here at the bottom. So all the router stuff, the Cloudflare bits that we're using, the cookie stuff we're using, I think we're going to toss out there like the base 64 stuff. Either that or fold that into Cloudflare bits. We'll probably do base 64, and there was one other I was thinking about. Like URL. These little utilities here could be useful to someone. So, add repository. Good, thank you. Test. All right. Create that. Git remote. LB1WH. Hello. Do I ever get into a situation with Rust that are extremely difficult to solve? You're considering it for some work projects, but a bit concerned since you tried Rust in its early days. It is. Are you talking pre 1.0? I mean, it is completely different. It's completely different. I mean, they even have like the non-lexical lifetimes. So much has been improved. That and Rust 2021's almost here, right? By the end of the year. All right, let's go to settings. Mark this one as public. Save that. All right. Yeah, and this is missing some stuff. We need license stuff in that, but I'll do that later. It's a decent example. Oh yeah, pre 1.0. Yeah, no, you'd be fine now. And it's very different from pre 1.0. I mean, at one point there was like garbage collector, right? It was a GC language, and that. So depending on how far back you go. All right. Who are we gonna raid today? Let's do a bigger search. Oh, Adam's streaming. We're gonna raid Adam. I haven't raided Adam in forever. All right, here we go. Freedom Dow, thank you for the raid. Or for the, excuse me, thank you for the follow. Thank you for the raid. It's on my mind now. Rust rocks. It does. I spent probably 2,000 hours learning Rust here. Well, not entirely here. Only 1,700 hours here. So I didn't do the raid correct, did I? It's like staring at me. Let's try again. Now with more raid. Awesome. I'm gonna go grab some coffee, maybe do some shopping. But yeah. Till next time, y'all. Bye-bye.